Hey, hello, and welcome to today's GFG problem of the day, wildcard string matching. Hope you all are doing well. Let's see what the problem has to say. Given two strings, wild and pattern, determine if the given two strings can be matched, given that wild string may contain asterisk and question mark, but string pattern will not contain. Okay, asterisk and question mark can be converted to another character according to the following rules. So let's see what the problem has to say. So there will be two strings given wild, right? Wild, and another will be pattern. Okay. So wild may contain A to Z characters, right? Or asterisk or question mark. Pattern will contain only A to Z characters. Okay. Now the rules given are what we want to return is whether this pattern is matching the wild or vice versa. Okay. Whether both these strings are matching each other. Okay. Now the rules are right. The rules are, for example, let's see this example, right? Okay. For example, this is the wild string. Okay, wild string. And let's see what the pattern string is. Right? It is the pattern string is GEEKS. Or let me write this way. GEEKS for geeks. Okay. So what the problem is saying is this asterisk we can replace with any number of characters. So when we say this wild contains asterisk, right? And this pattern contains for geeks, right? For geeks. So all these characters we can say that it may match this asterisk. Okay, zero or any number of characters it can match. Okay. Then coming to the question mark, right? Question mark can match to any character from A to Z, only one character, provided that only one character it can match. So if it is question mark and if it is E over here, so we can say that yes, it is a match. Okay, only one character it has. And the asterisk can match to any number of characters. Okay, and definitely the other character, if it is in wild and pattern, right? If it is characters A to Z, then they have to match. Okay, so what we want to return is whether both the strings are matching or not. Okay, so this is the ask. Now 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 so when we say, I mean, so if you look closely, then there can be multiple permutations and combinations, right? If it is asterisk, right, whether we can either skip one character, right? Or it can happen that we need to skip, for example, if our pointer is over here, right? For example, if it is J and if it is I here, right? If it is I. So what can be the two possibilities? Either we skip um, both this asterisk, right? Asterisk and this S character. Let's, if we say that is as S, a single S, and this asterisk is matching. Okay, so it may happen that there was only one character which could have matched. Okay, what I mean to say is, so we have two possibilities here. Whether we can skip both the characters and come, right? It may have been the case, for example, let's consider this case, right? Geeks and for, and here it is asterisk, right? Here it is S. So here the possibility is, for example, if it is I here and J is pointing here, right? So what we need to do is we need to consider it as a match, right? And then we can decrement I and decrement J here, right? Or one possibility in this case, we'll have to only decrement J, right? Because we need to match uh, other characters as well, right? K will be considered a match for this asterisk, right? So there are two possibilities. Either we move both, we decrement both I and J, right? In this particular case, or we decrement only J, right? Right. So there are multiple permutations and combinations. So when there is multiple permutations and combination, then recursion comes into picture, right? Recursion and memoization, or recursion and memoization, or the other approach is DP, right? Right, DP. Okay, so we are going to solve this problem using DP only. Okay, so let's quickly see maybe the code, and we will see with the examples. Okay, so here is the Java code. Let's consider. Okay, so here is a Java code. Okay, so what we are doing here is we are taking See, the wild length. We are taking the wild string length and the pattern string length. Okay, the pattern string length, and we are having a DP, a two-dimensional DP, right? A two-dimensional DP of n plus one and n plus one. Okay. Now this DP of nm we are initializing as true. Why? Because right, gigs and question mark k as gigs, right? So post this, there's an empty string, right? Empty string. So when we have empty string, for example, wild and pattern, right? Both are empty strings, then it's a match, right? It's a match. So what we are saying is this empty string n and m, right? We are initializing true as an empty string. Okay. Then what we are doing is we'll be starting with the last characters, right? First, this wild character will be starting, right? I equal to n minus 1 and j equal to m minus 1. Okay. Now what we are doing here is we are checking, right? Whether this wild contains, whether this, for example, wild question mark geeks, right? This is wild and this is pattern. Whether this wild character contains question mark. If it is the case, then simply what we are going to do, right? As question mark is considered a match for only one character, and the character can be anything from A to Z, right? So simply what we are going to do is, see, we are skipping, right? We are skipping, or, right? What this means is we'll be initializing. We are starting from end, right? We are starting from end, right? From end and not from the start. From the start of the string. So what we are going to do is for this, right? For this, what we are saying is dp of ij equal to dp of I plus 1 j plus 1, as it is a match, right? So what will be the I plus 1 if this is the strings, right? Two strings, right? And right, two strings, then the last characters are question mark and s. Then what we are saying is dp of I j, we are considering it as match dp of I plus 1 j plus 1. So what is I plus 1 j plus 1? It will be true, right? It will be true. So here till now it is a match. So dp of I plus 1 j plus 1 is nothing but n and m, right? In this case, right? So we are uh, setting it as true of dp of ij. We are considering it as a match. Okay. Now let's see if wild character, right? Now if it is asterisk, if it is asterisk, so we have two cases here. So for example, let's consider first case, geek and asterisk, right? Geeks, this case first, right? This case. So if it is I is pointing here, I is pointing here and j is pointing here, then what we are going to say? Now we need to match only one character, right? We need to match only one character. There are no more characters over here, right? There are no more characters over here. So what we are simply going to do is we are going to decrement I and j both, right? We just have to consider one character only. So what we are doing is, see, if you see this case, dp of I plus 1 j plus 1, right? So this is one case. This is this case. Okay. We are initializing. If it is, then we are going to set it as true, right? Considering a single character match. If it is this case, for example, KS, and this is a pattern, geeks for geeks, right? So KS, for example, asterisk, yeah, geeks for geeks, right? Now, if I is here and J is geeks for geeks, J is here, right? So what we need to do is we need to only skip, we need to only decrement j, right? We only need to move because we have to match these many characters. We'll put our I pointer over there only, right? So this is a case, you see. I pointer is, we have not decrementing the pointer, or we are just considering that only, right? I. And what we are considering, j plus 1. J plus 1 is, you can consider that we are now moving to the j to here, E. Because again, we have to do the match for this and this. And then we have to go again, right? So these are the cases. So one case is this, right? This particular case, right? And the other one is skipping, matching only one character and then skipping the moving to the next characters, right? Moving to the next characters. So dp of ij. Hope you understand. This means that dp of ij, right? For example, dp of ij, if we would have written in recursion way, so one would be helper. For example, helper is going to give us match, right? So what we're going to pass, wild, pattern, right? Both strings. And in this case, what we are going to send I only, only I. and we are going to increment j only, right? J only. Or there'll be two branches, right? Helper. In one way, it will be, we will move, right, I plus 1 and j plus 1. There'll be two branches. Either we move to the next characters, right, to the next characters, right, to the next characters, or we put this as static, right? Put this, we won't change, we won't move to the next character, will for wild, but we'll move to the next character for pattern. So it is this way, right? This particular case. Now, coming to this else part. Else part is what? When it is simple, uh, okay, when it is simple what? When it is simple, uh, character to character matching, geeks, right? This, for example, I is pointing here and j is pointing here, right? So what we are saying is, if it is a to z, right, this case is a to z characters. So if it is matching, simply we will assign the next, right? We'll move to the next characters if both are matching, right? If both is matching, for example, G G, E E E E, right? I is here and J is here, right? So both are matching, we are going to move ahead. We are going to increment both I and J, right? So here we are, right? So as we are moving from, in this case, as we are moving from right to left, right, from the last characters, right? So what we are going to do, this, if it is a match, we'll consider, we will assign the next, right, whatever it was calculated, right, we are assigning, we are going to assign, and we are going to mark it as true, right? DP of ig. And here in this case, if it is not matching, we'll mark this as false, we'll set this as false, and the answer will be in the, whether both strings are matching or not, right? It will either be true or false. It will either be true or false. Okay, so we'll return that. DP of 00 will contain the answer, will result. Okay, similarly, this is a C++ code, not much difference. The complete code is same as Java, right? The complete code is same as Java. Only difference is this 2D matrix, right, which we are creating in this way, n plus 1 and n plus 1. You have to set it as false. Okay, so this is only difference. Let's quickly run the code. Okay, the solution is accepted. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Have a happy, healthy, and a great day. Thank you so much.